Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It's Friday, so hopefully you've all had a good week and looking to have an even better weekend. That's what the weekends are all about. Fun, 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 even in COVID, whatever. So, my God, you wouldn't think I just had my hair cut. I can't see. Anyways, today's bag is by a Canadian manufacturer. Unfortunately, they are no longer in business. They've been around since the 70s and they closed their doors in 2017. It was a family-run business, Leather by Mann, and they were out of Kitchener, Ontario. Their bags are very well made with excellent quality materials. Very simple designs, which I think has lent itself to those looks crossing years and years and still being quite relevant. So this is today's bag. So like I said, very simple design, you know, a little bit of a decorative element here. And oftentimes the vintage bags have just this little, it's kind of cool. It's just a little weight, and what that does is just close the bag enough that it's not gaping open and people can't get their hands in. So that's what that's all about. A flush, very plain back to the bag. Nice gusset, so it will stand up nicely if once you've got your stuff in there. It's got some compartments inside, and it's like a velvet fabric. No foam pouches or anything, obviously. So you've got a compartment, a divider with a zipper compartment, and then another compartment and a zippered pocket. So there's your Karnig Mann, Leather by Mann, depending on the label style. Made in Canada. So that's today's bag. It is a short strap. It is adjustable. Is it going to go crossbody? Yeah, it would be a very high sitting crossbody. But you know what? It wouldn't, how do I say this? Some bags, if you were to wear them this high, would just look silly. This bag doesn't actually, because it's a little bit bigger. I don't know why it looks okay, but it does. Not my best style and how to wear it, but if you absolutely needed your hands free, it would work for you. It could work for you. Now, there is some cracking in the glazing on the trim. It hasn't exposed any of the piping, but there is a little bit of cracking here and there. It's not noticeable at all, but it is in various parts around the bag. Hardware, it's a daily driver for sure, but it's cool. It's a nice vintage leather bag made in Canada. So if that's your zhuzh, then that is for you. There was something else I just wanted to tell you a minute ago. It came in my head, and just as quick as it came in my head, it went out. Oh well, it's gone. So that's your bag for today. It's listed. Our history piece, we're now up to the 80s, which is kind of my era. So graduated high school in 1986. So yeah, it was my thing. I went to university in 1988. And yeah, I'm a bit more of a party animal now than I ever was back then. So making up for lost time. So sports bags were a thing. You know, like the Beastie Boys, the Adidas tracksuits, Puma, all Reebok, all the different branding. And then they had the bag. I had one of those Adidas bags. It's wasn't leather. It was like a vinyl, but like a smooth vinyl, and you wore it crossbody. They were great bags. You don't find them around very often. So that was a big thing in the 80s. Vera Bradley. If you're familiar with Vera Bradley, then you love Vera Bradley. I appreciate Vera Bradley, not my thing at all. It's a very busy fabric, paisley mostly, quilted. And there's wallets, purses, backpacks. I don't know if there's any fanny packs. I don't know if I've ever come across any fanny packs. But it seems to be women who like that stuff will have 20, 30, 40 of them because they were affordable and they were very well made and vibrant, vibrant colors. So that was 1980s. And then Prada apparently made the first unisex style bag. Who knew? A lot of the 1970s bags, like the crossbody bags, they were very, yeah, there was no femininity to them. They were just leather, you know, bags. It wasn't, you know, drippy gold pieces or, you know, swooshes or flowers or any of that stuff. So yeah, so that is a little bit of a short piece today, 1980s. Culture Club and Thompson Twins and whatever your Belle Biv DeVoe, all the Tone Loc and all those amazing different genres of music. My sister was more into the Crowded House and like the kind of what would you have called that? I don't know. Depeche Mode and all that kind of thing. Whereas I was into Johnny Gill and, like I said, Belle Biv DeVoe, Public Enemy. Like, I was a bit of a house girl, and I'd go over to the States because where I live in Hamilton, I was actually going to school in St. Catharines, which is about half an hour, 35, 40 minutes from here, which makes it half an hour, 35 minutes closer to Niagara Falls. And then there's your border, and off we would go to the Late Show, Club Exit, and we would just have a ball. And I love to dance, so it was just what we did, and we had so much fun. So researching this 1980s has been fun. And the 90s, oh, this thing doesn't have 90s. Oh, I must have the sheet in another spot. Don't you worry, I'll have some 90s facts. You better believe it, because that was my time as well. Going out with the girls, dancing. And I didn't drink back then, so I was always the DD. So I got to drive some really nice cars. And yeah, had a ton of fun. And then it all went boring when I moved. Well, no, even when I moved to the UK, I partied pretty hard. But never drank. Never drank, never did any. I didn't need to. I was, oh, what is going on here? Sorry, I hate when I watch YouTubers and all they do is frickin' play with their hair. But this is driving me nuts. Anyway, so that's today's video. Hope you've all had a great week. It is a beautiful sunny day. I'm sure you can see the sun shining. My signs are back up. And all my mirrors are gone from here because I've sold one and I've listed all the other ones. So it's happening. I'm listing. Marketplace, Kijiji. Let's get everything gone. It's a bit of a challenge to myself to see if I can sell everything in the house for at least $1. So, a little bit of a challenge for myself. Makes cleaning the house out a little bit more fun, if you can call that fun. Anyway, everybody, have a great weekend. Hopefully you, like I said earlier, you got some fun stuff planned. And I will talk to you on Monday. Bye, everybody.